Hey, I'm Gareth Dunlop. Thanks for watching Music News.
Gareth Dunlop, great to see you. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good, yeah, that was fun.
Played a set here, Gibson Garage for Zenith
Cafe Showcase, yeah, it was fun being surrounded by all these incredible guitars and getting to play one, thanks to the good folks at Gibson for loaning me the J45. I had fun. It was good.
Does it feel special? Guitar?
Yeah, that's a special guitar. It's been on the coveted list for a long time. You know, every time I go into a music shop, no matter where it is, I'm always keeping an eye out for a J45. You know, one of these days.
Exactly, one of these days. But Zenith Cafe as a label, how are you finding them?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I've been through, I don't know how many multiple label systems and publishers throughout the years on both sides of the Atlantic, and I mean, I'm grateful that they rolled the dice on me and my songs, and that always kind of blows my mind. And they're very supportive, and they give me a lot of space and time to try to you know, keep being creative and uncover new things that I want to try to do and things that I want to say, and they've been very, very supportive. Yeah.
So total artistic freedom.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, it's been that way, which is a rarity that I found.
Yeah. And next up, sort of release-wise or latest stuff?
Latest stuff. I'm about to go into the studio in the next couple of weeks actually, and start breaking ground on the new record and try to figure out what that looks like and what it sounds like. I'm sitting on, I don't know, maybe there's a pile of new songs there, and I just gotta throw them against the wall and see what bounces back.
So what? Yeah, how many have you got written so far?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm writing. I would write most weeks, most days. Really, try to get something. Not always very good. I don't know. I mean, there's maybe 30 or 40 sitting there that I feel okay about. So I got to unpack them a little bit and see how they stand up with the rest of the guys in the studio and figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, what is the songwriting process? Just yourself?
Yes, normally is. Yeah, I'm either sitting at the piano or sitting with a guitar on my lap, and you know, there's no rhyme or reason to it, or method, I should say. Sometimes it starts with a lyric or an idea, and other times it's maybe a little musical thing that falls out, and then you just try to chase it down, and sometimes a song appears, and you know, sometimes it doesn't.
And I mean, musically, where are you taking this album in sort of any mentally a different direction in any way, or what can we expect?
At the minute, I'm very aware of habits, you know, and I think I could easily go in and make the same record twice, you know, from the last one. So I'm currently trying to think of maybe different approaches and different ways to put things down. So it's the next couple of weeks when we go in the studio, it's going to be very much a bit of a hunt.
Yeah, where is the studio? Where are you going?
So yeah, it's literally about half a mile from my house in Belfast.
Ah.
Yeah, a little rehearsal room, and we've got some mics and stuff in it. And it sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, superb. I mean, what do you think of the music scene over there at the moment?
I mean, amazing, great. There's so much incredible music being brought out all the time. For the longest time, I wasn't really part of it. You know, I spent probably the guts of a decade in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah. So it's only really, I'd say, in the last 4 or 5 years that I've been home, what I would call more full time, and trying to almost plug myself into that scene and get a bit more deeper connected with what's happening there.
And the Nashville scene?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's good.
It's a crazy place.
It is. I had a great time in Nashville. You know, I met a lot of great people, and a lot of talented songwriters, and learned so much. A lot of songwriters are really, you know, gracious with their time, and it was a great experience.
Yeah. Away from music, if you had to get away, what would you do to relax?
I like cooking, but I'm not great at it. But it's something I enjoy doing.
Signature dish?
Oh man, I like anything that takes ages to cook.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe put on a TV show and something that just takes a long time, and you got to follow the method down. Like maybe hand making pasta, like something that's, you know, you could easily just buy it in the shop and it probably tastes just as good, but it's the process of the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'm Italian. The pasta's always better when you make it by hand.
Yeah, well, when I make it by hand, maybe not, but yeah, it's a lot. I could easily put a whole day away just trying something. And,
yeah. And live music wise, you're out in November, is it?
I am. Yeah, we're doing another UK run in November. Yeah, with a full band, and yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's always good to go out. I mean, as much as I enjoy, you know, playing on my own and stuff, there's nothing like standing on stage with a band behind you and, you know, throwing down.
Yeah. And I mean, what in terms of the studio or live on the stage, would you prefer?
I mean, I really enjoy both. You know, I kind of feel like being in the studio is always like, you know, the purpose of that for me is always to take it on the road and replicate it live, you know, so the two for me go hand in hand. You know, the reason I got into it when I was really young and you know, a hormonal teenager and discovered the guitar, you know, one of the first things I did was put it around my neck and stand in front of the mirror to see how cool it looked, you know, or it didn't look. So it always, I think, comes back to being on stage and making a racket.
Yeah, great stuff. And any festivals lined up this year?
Yes, there are some festivals lined up this year. We're doing I'm trying to think of the next one. It's going to be Sound of the Shore, which is actually a semi sort of local festival close to Lough Neagh back home. We'll be playing Chicken Stock, which in Kent, which I haven't done before. Kinship, which I know is further up north, and then the British Country Music Festival at some stage in August, I think. Dates, I'm the opposite of Rain Man when it comes to remembering dates, but I know it's in Blackpool, and yeah, I've heard nothing but great reports. So yeah, there's some festivals coming up, and hopefully a few more coming in. You know.
Excellent. And who are or have been your heroes in music that you look up to?
Wow. Getting into music, when I first started, it was all about guitar. You know, singing for me came a little bit later. So it was kind of, you know, like a lot of folks, like Hendrix and Jimmy Page and Ritchie Blackmore and folks like that. And then I started to get into more songwriting, and I can remember lifting a neighbour of mine gave me a bin bag full of vinyl, and I remember looking at Blood on the Tracks, Bob Dylan, and thinking, well, I've heard that name before, Bob Dylan, I'll put that on. And that was a transformation for me. I wanted to start messing with trying to do that, you know. I feel like I've always been a little bit of a magpie that way. Like, oh, that's cool, I want to try to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
And then John Martin and Paul Simon has been a huge influence, certainly lyrically. At least trying to, you know, to pick apart what he does, and so many.
And you've obviously got a load of songs out there. For someone that hasn't quite got into you yet, what 3 songs would you say? Go and check these out online. They sort of sum me up like as an artist.
Wow. I'm not even sure how I would sum myself up as an artist. You know, like, I kind of feel like when I was in Nashville, I was surrounded by Americana music, and I was definitely very much inspired by that. So there's EPs that definitely lean more into that side of things. You know what, I'm going to go with the last record. I think it's definitely closer to where I'm currently at and what I'm currently trying to do. So Go Down Swinging, Church, and I Don't Feel You would be 3 that I'd like people to check out.
Yeah, so live from the
from the house. Yeah, live from the house of I Don't Know Yet.
I don't know, sorry.
You're good. It's a ridiculous title. It was originally going to be Good Morning and Welcome to the House of I Don't Know, and they told me that was too long, which it definitely was. It's a line from Church, and I wrote Church, and it was just kind of one of those things where I thought, okay, maybe broke ground on what that record was. You know, it kind of was the doorway into writing the other songs on that album, and it felt like a good line in that song to hang the rest of the album tracks off.
Yeah, well, I'd agree. It sounded excellent. Anyway, thanks a lot for this. Anything else you'd like to say to Music News watchers out there?
Buy Gibson.
True. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marco.
Cheers.